Hi guys, so I'm gonna read a really fun book to you all, and it is one of my favorites to read at the beginning of the school year, and I think you guys are really gonna like it. It's called Stand Tall, Molly Lou Melon. And Molly Lou, when she goes to school, she kind of doesn't have the best experience when she starts school, and you're gonna find out why when we start reading it. But what I want you to think about while we're reading the story is think about what happens throughout the story to kind of make Molly Lou Melon feel a little differently by the end of the story. Think about like how she changes and how her feelings change and why too. So what happens in the story to make her feelings change? So let's go ahead and get started. Our book is called Stand Tall, Molly Lou Melon. It's written by Patty Lavelle and illustrated by David Cottrell. And I don't know about you, but the illustrator who draws the pictures does a really good job with his illustrations. I think they're so colorful and there's lots of little details in there that I love. Lots of little pieces of information in that picture. Stand Tall, Molly Lou Melon. Molly Lou Melon stood just taller than her dog and was the shortest girl in the 5th grade. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Walk as proudly as you can and the world will look up to you." So she did. That means she stood tall and she knew that the world would think that she's a great person. Molly Lou Melon had buck teeth that stuck out so far she could stack pennies on them. But she didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Smile big and the world will smile right alongside you." So her grandma's saying it doesn't matter what you look like. You smile and be proud of yourself and the rest of the world will see how wonderful you are. So she did. And I love this illustration. I mean, look at all of the detail. All you really see is her face and a little bit of her body, but there's still so much going on. I mean, you can see all the different colors in her hair. You can see her eyelashes around her eye and her freckles. I love how the illustrator did such a great job with this picture. I mean, it looks kind of silly. Like when you first see it, you're like, oh my goodness. But when you really look at it, it's pretty cool. Molly Lou Melon had a voice that sounded like a bullfrog being squeezed by a boa constrictor. But she didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Sing out clear and strong and the world will cry tears of joy." So her grandma's saying it doesn't matter what you sound like, you be proud of yourself. So she did. Molly Lou Melon was often fumble-fingered. That means like she would drop things a lot and she had a hard time like handling things. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Believe in yourself and the world will believe in you too." So I'm kind of getting an idea that grandma's saying, you know what, even if you're a little different than everybody else, as long as you're proud of yourself, then the world will see how wonderful you are. You should always just be proud of who you are. So she did. I'm juggling all of those things. So right now, Molly Lou Melon is pretty happy and pretty proud of herself, right? So let's see if her feelings change a little bit and why they change. Then Molly Lou Melon moved to a new town. She had to say goodbye to her grandma and all of her friends. And start in a new school. On the first day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Shrimpo in gym class. When the game started, Molly Lou Melon caught the football, ran under the legs of Ronald Durkin, and scored a touchdown. All the children thought, "Wow, she's good." And Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. So Ronald Durkin's not being very nice, especially since it's her first day at a new school. On the second day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Bucky Tooth Beaver. Molly Lou Melon took out her pennies, stacked 10 high on her teeth, and smiled as big as day. All the children smiled with glee, and Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. So she's taking what he's making fun of her for and saying, you know what, I think it's pretty cool. Let me show you what I can do. On the third day of school, Ronald Durkin said, "You sound like a sick duck." Honk, honk. Molly Lou Melon sang out a quack so clear and strong that it made Ronald Durkin somersault backwards, hit his head, and have to go to the nurse. All the children cried with joy to be free of Ronald Durkin for the rest of the afternoon. And Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. On the fourth day of school, Ronald Durkin said that she'd made the snowflake all wrong. But Molly Lou Melon opened up her paper and revealed the most beautiful snowflake of all. All the children oohed and awed, even Ronald. On the fifth day of school, Ronald Durkin brought Molly Lou Melon a stacking penny for her tooth and smiled at her. That night, Molly Lou Melon took out a pencil and paper and wrote a letter to her grandma. And here's what it said. "Dear Grandma, I wanted to tell you that everything you told me was exactly right. Love, Molly Lou Melon." So Molly Lou, even though she knew that she was a little different than everybody else, she knew that she needed to listen to what her grandma told her and to be herself, and then the world would grow to love her and to see her for who she is. So I love this book because you know what? We're all a little different. Even your teacher, Miss Bale, is a little different than everybody else. I have things that are different than other people, and other people have things that are different than me, and that is okay. So what you're going to do is you are going to get a chance to draw a self-portrait. And so self-portrait means you're going to draw a picture of yourself. That's what portrait means. Portrait means a picture. So you're going to draw a picture of yourself and kind of get a chance to show all of the cool things that make you you. Just like Molly Lou Melon knew that she was special, I want to see in your self-portrait what makes you special. What do you look like? What are some things you like to do? So I hope you have fun with your self-portrait. I hope you really enjoyed our book, Stand Tall, Molly Lou Melon, and we will definitely read lots more books together this year. So have fun with it.